What is up, everyone? Shirley here. Today we're going to take a step back and look at Soulbinder Naazindhri on Mythic. That's because Fractalus is kind of boring, and I just wanted to show off some big damage today. So, getting right in on the pull here, we are playing Colossus for this fight so we can blast all the ads. On the rip here, though, I'm just using Warbreaker and Dragon Roar, actually, just a little bit later. And then holding all my other CDs for the first set of the Phase Blades and Assassins that come out here. We get our first mechanic, these orbs that are spawning on either side. Not going to worry about these too much. And our lines, of course. And the name of the game is just to get our cooldown back for this big burst window. This is where we're going to use all of our CDs and crit that guy on the left there for 68 million damage with that Demolish. You love to see it. And shoot up the meter instantaneously. That's just the fun of this fight, really. And our first knockback comes out here. I'm going to throw up a Spell Reflect for each and every one of those, just because it's going to help mitigate that, magic damage. But also, when you land and drop the puddle, it ticks pretty instantly, I think. So that Reflect's going to help mitigate some of that as well. And we're just going to work our way off to the other side of the room here, rinse repeating, doing the same thing. Now, as my Roar comes back off cooldown right here, I'm not going to be using it, actually. We're just sending Warbreaker and Demolish on these three, and that's because I want to make sure that my Warbreaker is lined up with my next avatar in a little bit here. And that's why I sent it on the pole, just, slightly delayed or whatever, it doesn't really matter. I was just fitting into that first Colossus Smash window if I could. And then, we're holding on to our Ravager as well, even though we got it back up. The name of the game here is just, hold things for the ad sets, basically. We're going to move all the way across the room here to these next set of dudes. And, did we miss one here? No, we didn't. We got them both. Once again, just sending Warbreaker and Demolish on these three. Trying to get as close as you can so you can cleave all three of them, ideally with the Splash. It's a little bit hard because they're usually fairly spread out, so if you can only clip one of them with it with sweeping strikes up, at least you can do that. And then we get our first intermission, if you want to call it that, phase here, where all the guys come out, and this is where I'm going to be using my second avatar and Ravager and resetting my Warbreaker Demolish as fast as possible to, hit as many of these things as we possibly can, and cleaving them all down. I am playing Merciless Bone Grinder for this as well, so Cleave's going to have priority during that Ravager window. We're going to get knocked back again to the center of the room here, throwing up another Reflect for that, and it is basically every fiber of your being as a warrior that wants to instantaneously charge that. Don't do that on Mythic, because you're going to drop a puddle right underneath the boss, so refrain or, hold yourself back if you can. And from this point forward at 50%, the fight pretty much just repeats. We're on the mirrored side of the room. It doesn't really matter which ads you're breaking out, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. They die so fast anyway. But once again, I'm going to throw up Sweeping Strikes here and dunk these three guys down. Another Demolish burst window here. I did use my Roar there as it came up, because at this point, you can hold the next avatar for the next big set, but I could definitely have cycled my Ravager here. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest. I definitely could have sent Ravager on that pull, or on this next set even. It probably would have been fine. Because of anger management, we would get it back. I would rather do it on the first set, though, if we can. I'm going to jump out here with the Star Balls and instantly charge and hit my own orb, which is very unfortunate because it puts a dot on you and a slow, which is obviously not ideal. But we get this next set down here. See, I missed the splash with Demolish on the right guy there. It's just because they're just slightly out of range of Sweeping Strikes, unfortunately. But it is what it is. We're going to get knocked to the next side of the room here. Careful of not getting knocked off the edge of the map, of course. And once again, just hanging on to all of our cooldowns for these last couple of sets here that we had. We can go ahead and send Warbreaker and Demolish. If your group's DPS is as high as ours is, you might even hold this Demolish window just for all the big ads, because you probably won't get it back, immediately in time to hit everything with it. But you can at least hit a couple of them with it. So I went ahead and sent it on these three, or just each time there's a set of 3 targets, I'm just going to go ahead and send that because of the CDR that we have. Plus, anytime you have sweeping strikes up, Mortal Strike is going to be getting that double stack to help reset Demolish. I got the debuff here. I'm just moving out to the edge and helping mitigate that with a Reflect, getting it away from people. And now we have our last big burst window where I was holding my next avatar this whole time just to get that down. Hitting up another big Demolish. So we didn't get everything in that window, but we still got quite a few of them. So yeah, we're this last knockback here, you can really put it anywhere, just not on the boss. It's not that big of a deal. I charged way too soon right there. That was my bad. I should have waited there, but the boss was so low, I was hungry for it. And we got one last Demolish in here, and down goes Soulbinder Naazindhri. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Just a quick one today. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below. I'll see you in the next one pretty soon. We've got down a Fractalus and the Demon Hunters already, so I'll try to have those out quickly. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.